Hello artists, it's been a while. So today I'm going to go through, I'm going to review a Royal Drawing School online course that I just completed recently. And I'll go through some of the work I completed and how kind of the course was structured. So the course consisted of 5 sessions every Tuesday, once per week, full day from about 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. 3 lessons being taught by the tutor, Andrea McLean, and then the other 2 sessions by Richard Akide. Both of the tutors, their work somehow referenced mythology or crossed over with it. So the course I did was basically based on mythology and looking at mythological narratives and different kind of themes within mythology throughout different cultures and histories. So Andrea McLean's work, her practice involves a kind of mapping of certain histories or mythological themes or personal mythologies, such as the personal mythology of William Blake. On the Royal Drawing School website, she says, drawing can be a way of mapping. The brush, pencil, pen, and ink can become pathways, waterways, boundaries, and stories that can become, in time, something cosmological. Drawing as mapping can be very much in the moment, but it can also be a tracing of the templates seen in historic maps, imagery, in medieval maps, and a place for symbols found in the daily life and dream life. Drawing can make a sketchbook into an atlas of the imagination. Richard's work, on the other hand, features his own kind of personal mythology, where he is looking at mythological ideas and seeing how they are relevant in the contemporary world. Throughout the course, he gave some really good references and quotes and so on from Carl Jung, the ideas of Carl Jung on archetypes and other topics. Both were fantastic tutors, and at the beginning of each lesson, they tended to do kind of a lecture, giving loads of references and ideas for us to work with throughout the day, with each week covering something different within mythology, such as creation myths. Another week was personal mythologies, another on, let's just say, transformation myths, and so on. Despite having those set themes each week, we weren't very limited and had to just work with necessarily what they were presenting us. It was kind of rather open-minded in terms of how we would interpret the content at the beginning of the lesson. So we would tend to start off with some observational drawing, because that kind of fits the ethos of the Royal Drawing School, where kind of observing and looking and trying to process that onto a piece of paper from observation. That kind of builds the foundation of then where you take that. So after doing some observational drawing at the beginning of the class, we were then open to work with whatever ideas came to us from the initial content. At times we worked from Greek narratives presented by Renaissance artists, looking at works featured in the National Gallery. Each week I ended up doing smaller color studies of these works, trying to capture the color palette and the movement of the pieces. This smaller painting is a study of Piero del Pollaiuolo's Apollo and Daphne, I slaughtered that name, where the theme of the lesson was looking at transformation within myth. In other sessions, such as the class looking at personal mythologies, I spent longer on painting to produce something more refined. In this particular piece, we were looking at William Blake's work, and this piece was referencing ideas relating to the dark side of the human psyche and the reality of evil within his own mythology. The work we all produced was, we tended to upload it to a site called Padlet. That's how we kind of managed the interaction in the class. So everyone would upload their work to Padlet throughout the day and at the end of the day, and then you can also kind of comment. Obviously there was screen sharing on Zoom, so everyone would kind of have a chance to talk about their work. And now at the end of the course, it's also a great place to kind of look back and see what everyone has produced. So right now I'm actually going to put some of my classmates' work, because some of them were happy for me to show that on this video, so do check their Instagrams. I'm going to link them in the description below. One thing I did realize throughout the course is that some students actually knew each other from different courses run by the Royal Drawing School. So I guess once some artists had a taste of one course, they wanted more, which is certainly how I'm feeling now that I'm done with the course. It was great to see everyone produce work that was quite different to one another. Some of us were drawn more towards color and paint, whereas others towards drawing in line, or taking a more illustrative approach. The Raw Drawing School is also really good at making anyone feel welcome to the classes. There isn't this intimidating atmosphere where a tutor rips into your work and your classmates cheer in disgust. I don't know, maybe you're looking for that, but most people aren't. The only thing I could pick on is the reality of online learning, where whether it be tutor's connection or our own connection, obviously the internet connection can be a bit dodgy sometimes, so you might miss a couple sentences or it might just cut off here and there. That was literally the only downside of the course, and obviously you can't really control that 24/7. Personally, for me, this is like my first real experience of using Zoom, I guess, in education. So it was a bit weird for me to get used to online learning. I feel like showing up first in an online lesson is very different to showing up first in class in real life, because I don't know, you kind of just like sit there and you're like, okay, should I turn my video and mic off and then like reappear when other people start coming, or should I just like sit here in silence and just like scratch myself? So for those looking for affordable, valuable online classes that are kind of maybe a friendly and open atmosphere, do check out the Raw Drawing School. And for those living in London, they also hold classes in person at their Shoreditch campus. I'm going to be starting a few come January, so sign up, you might see me there. I apologize for being a bit slow with the YouTube content. I guess I'm just processing what to do now. I know that a lot of people are asking for the oil painting master course. I really need to get going with that again. Keep putting out oil painting videos, and also maybe do some more videos regarding my work. I will be putting a few of these works that maybe you've been seeing in this video and also behind me on sale before Christmas. So do check out my site and follow me on Instagram if you are maybe interested in buying a couple pieces. And with that, here is my awkward goodbye.